So if we look at our costs of goods sold, we have to look at that in the service world. We have to look at that differently.
Hey there, it's Jeff Luther, and you are diving into the podcast for the Service Business Blueprint. This is where I walk with you and help you unlock the secrets to building a thriving service-based business. We talk about everything from starting out to setting milestones in your company you didn't even know would exist. We'll cover entrepreneurship, personal growth, mindset, everything you need for success in your service-based business. You ready to build that blueprint?
Okay, this one is going to be a quick one. I am Jeff Luther with the Service Business Blueprint, and we're going through another episode. I'm so glad to be back with you guys. This is something, and if it sounds like my hair is on fire, it's probably because it is. So I've been going through this with our accounting firm. I've been having this discussion for about a year, and it's finally kind of come to a head. And I want to outline for us, all of us in service-based businesses, our costs are different. So I want to go through kind of top line, bottom line, right? So top line revenue is like your top line revenue. That's the top of the line. It's above the line. It's everything that comes in, all the sales that come into your company. Then you have your gross profit, like your gross sales, then your cost of goods sold, and then your gross profit, and everything else is below the line or your bottom line. So then you deduct all of your fixed costs, and that's how you end up with your profit or your bottom line revenue. So for us, all right, cost of goods sold is what it actually costs us to sell something. Really, for us, is what it costs us to sell a service. So if we look at our costs of goods sold, we have to look at that in the service world. We have to look at that differently. I've been arguing with my accountants about this for a couple of years, and now here we are over the last year. It's really kind of come to a head. The actual gross sales minus your cost of goods sold, for us, it's three items. We have our revenue that we generate. Then we have what our labor cost is, or what our labor cost is. Below our labor cost, we have our 401k match. Those are two variable costs, right? That's what it costs for our labor. We have a 401k match below that. Then below that, we have what we pay out in our complaints, callbacks, mistakes, all of those things. Those are the only three costs that are associated with our goods sold. Now we have vehicles that we have to pay for. We have health insurance that we have to pay for. We have, of course, all of our other fixed costs, admin costs, all of those things. But our vehicles, I have to pay for those regardless. I have to pay for those if I book a job, if I don't book a job. Health insurance, I have to pay for that if I book a job, if I don't book a job. Those are fixed costs. Uniforms, fixed costs. Tools, fixed costs. All of those things are all fixed. Vehicles, really, almost all of our fuel is a fixed cost. Now, our fuel, the consumption will change, but we're paying that regardless. We're paying that. Sometimes our inspectors might drive 30 miles to a job. They might drive 10 miles to a job. We're always going to have fuel. So that is basically a fixed cost. Everything else below that line is a fixed cost. I have to get money in the door to pay for those things, whether I book a job or not. I hope that makes sense. What you're looking for is to have as much variable cost as you can. Fixed cost those are two words in our household we don't like to hear. A fixed cost means you have to pay for that whether you book a job or not. And in the service business world, keeping the fixed costs low and having as many variable costs as you can is your way to profitability. And that's a whole other episode. But we will get into profit. I just wanted to go through this one really quickly because it's been very much front of mind for me heavily over the past month. And a lot of times people don't look at it that way. That, like, for example, they'll put health insurance in their top line or their cost of goods sold. And then they'll separate it out. We have health insurance for our service folks, health insurance for admin, health insurance for officers, health insurance for sales and marketing. Your health insurance for your labor is a fixed cost, unless, of course, you have some kind of an arrangement with your labor where you only incur those costs when your business is going well, which would be great because then it's variable cost, right? But us in our organization, we have health insurance whether we book a job or not. That is a fixed cost. Our cars that our inspectors use to go out and do jobs, we have to pay for those cars whether we book a job or not. That is a fixed cost. I would love to hear anybody opine on this. I'd love to hear comments about it. I hope that this is helpful for you. And if you have questions, comments, click that like button below, follow us, and there'll be more information just like this along the way. And the next episode we're going to do on profit, getting your actual profit margin, defining what that is, and then also defining what you want that to be. And I can guarantee you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you tune into the next episode, and I will increase your profit margin by at least 4%. Thank you. I love hanging out with you guys. I love being here. And click that like button below, follow us, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for hanging out on the Service Business Blueprint with me, Jeff Luther. Stay in the loop as we keep delivering these strategies to supercharge your service business. Hit subscribe, leave a review, be part of our growing community. Now you have someone to walk with you as we create your service business blueprint. Until next time, remember, where you focus is where your energy goes. Beliefs turn to things, so choose the good ones.